when you finally have like a semi breakthrough with your whatever you're doing with your art. And guess what? They call me in for jury duty. I got to go to jury duty tomorrow because last time I went, I just coughed wildly. I actually had allergies, but I was just, ugh. And I got up to the counter and I just coughed this woman's face. It's like, oh, as if I had like, you know, consumption. Anyway, yeah. So Hollow Weekend. It's tough. Definitely much more the. I love Halloween. I mean, I did my part. I have an alternate identity street artist thing. So I appease the Halloween gods. I always do every year. I appease the spirit. I should probably go to church light a candle for my parents. It's All Souls Day. I got to do that. Which is a church nearby. Um, Light some candles. Not going to give them money though. Catholic Church, they already have enough money. Go sell a Van Gogh. Sorry, a Michelangelo. Uh, but this is tough. I mean, I've been home working on a bunch of oil pastels and taking pictures and just like, really training my hand and trying to have no distractions from anyone. None of these. Most of the time you watch me on this, if you watch my whatever, what I go through, I'm always talking about people and obviously how horribly frustrated I am with them constantly and how much I can't stand them. And they're always getting in the way. And I kind of just cleared this path in my head to just hyper focus on what I'm doing, which is the right thing to do, which is always the right thing to do. Of course, you get tripped up by humanity. Humanity's always in the way of everything. Everything you try to do, humanity's in the way. It's awful. And I'm trying to make a stand, and I'm like, my mood's been much better, and I've been much more solid. I'm thinking like, why do I feel okay? I'm not supposed to feel okay. I usually don't. And then I realize it's because I haven't talked to anybody, and I'm alone in my apartment working on art and watching TV, which is exactly what I did as a kid. And I was a completely. My mother loved me as a kid. She said she was like, I could just have you play with your Legos in front of the TV watching Dukes of Hazzard, and you didn't bother me for hours. I would have to remind you to eat. And this is exactly that same feeling. I'm just hyper focused, and the TVs I'm not even like watching for entertainment value. It's just kind of just, I'm just. So here's me playing with Legos at a coffee table, watching Dukes of Hazzard as a kid, and here's me now working on these big oil pastel pictures watching Ken Burns' Civil War documentary. And if you don't get the irony or the joke, then you're fantastically stupid. But now, here tomorrow, a glorious waste of time, jury duty. I knew it was coming. So great. Anyway, going back to Halloweekend. Yeah, I love Halloween. Halloween came out on Friday, which is great. Just like that Ghetto Boys song. This year Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys are going trick or treating, robbing kids for bags. I love that. I love Ghetto Boys is pretty much my existence. Like if there was a soundtrack to my life, it's Ghetto Boys because I'm a ghetto boy. Okay. And yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And man, what a great time to just get ripped for 3 days straight. Just ripped. Totally. And damn. And I've just been clutching my oil pastels and going to Michael's. Probably going to go to Blick now and just getting colored pencils and just like trying to hold the line inside of my own head, inside of my own spirit. And man, and it's like, well, you feel like you're not living your life because you're not part of the party. And I'm just like, I just can't. I know what's going to happen. I know. And I'm sure it would have been fun, and I'm sure it was loud and sloppy, and And I was just like texting like my friends before, just like I actually lost quite a bit of weight, and because I changed my like habits and eating habits and drinking habits. So I just can't even like hold the volume anymore. Like I can't if I have like 5 pints of beer, I feel like I'm gonna explode. I don't have a gut. I'm not a fat guy. I was never a fat guy. I don't have a fat frame. So there's like, well, I could do shots, but yeah, I hate doing shots. I think shots are so disgusting, so inelegant. I never, even when I was younger, I never liked them. When somebody would bring, I had a friend of mine who passed on. I'm very, very sorry. Um, Another friend, like, if you hang out with the Irish, you know what happens at the end of the night. Every time with the freaking Irish, a tray of Jameson shots always comes out at some point, like at 2 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning. I see that and somebody really try to hold this silver tray of like 15 Jameson shots, just like this, and it's all like you see the brownish liquid, and you see it spilling, and you see like the clanking because no one sober is even serving that, and then it's just like and I'm like, oh God, nothing worse than a Jameson shot. And it's just like, okay, well then if you don't want the volume, just do the shots. It's just like, and then you're just annihilated immediately. So I did something significant for Halloween in terms of artistically, but I paid tribute to the holiday. So instead of putting on a costume and getting ripped, I did something artistic that I put, let's just say I put a costume on something else. I guess you could say that. Art as a costume, maybe. So, like, it wasn't me being a curmudgeon and sitting at home and yelling at teenagers for throwing eggs. It was like, okay, well, let me do something at least. And I felt satisfied with it. And it's kind of just a very remote way of celebrating, where it's like you're not in it the way you used to. Now you're in it. Now you're like kind of like you created something that's part of it, but you're not in it. It's a little bit heady or strange or whatever. I don't know how to really interpret that, but it's like, I watched other people enjoy what I created. I had no, but I made sure that I was not part of the creation, whatever. I'm just talking in circles. But that's it. That was the Halloween. And, and it hurts. It hurts because it's like watching all the people at an amusement park riding up and down, the roller coasters on the teacups, buying cotton candy, and you're just like outside of the park looking through the fence, and you're like, but what do you? That's what I got to do at this point, and just focus on whatever I'm doing now because I'm at home working on this thing because everything else here is just out of plastic and construction. I don't know what else did I want to say. I think that's pretty much it. I wanted to reach some sort of like elegant point in my 10-minute window, but I don't really have it. I guess next year Halloween will be on a Sunday because of the leap year. Is it leap year next year? I don't know. It's going to be on the weekend again, but on the tail end, so whatever. And people celebrate a week before. What I wanted to say is just like when you watch Halloween sober, it's also a different thing because there's a lot of people that should not be wearing those costumes. You know what? You're too fat to be a fairy princess. You're too fat to be Wonder Woman. Please, love of God. It's a skin tight outfit. It looks like someone. It's like trying to put saran wrap around an orange. Like, please don't do this. And the guys too. Just sloppy and like half there, and everyone tries to be so creative that it comes off really just awful. It's like you also get tired of it. Everything this toy culture and nostalgia. Just thank God I'm not working on anything nostalgic anymore. Like now I moved away from it. We as a society need to move away from nostalgia. Comic Con's enough, and it's like Comic Con Part 2, and then it's Mardi Gras, and then it's New Year's, and then it's like a frat party all wrapped up together in one big sloppy, like, I don't know, thing. If everyone was a supermodel, I'd be all for it. I would put on any costume, but it's not. And Snow White can't have flapjack titties, please. And glasses the size of the Hubble telescope. It's just like just try to get out there, people, and be attractive, at least for like a part of your life, especially before you don on a costume. Just say, really? If you look like a trash bag, wear a trash bag. It's Halloween. It's okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I got jury duty. So I don't know. Where am I gonna put this on again? So I don't know. All right. Yeah.